Samantha was a 5-year-old girl with a cloud of fluffy brown curly hair and big, curious green eyes that sparkled when she discovered something new. One sunny afternoon, Samantha was in her playroom, surrounded by her favorite teddy bears and colorful building blocks. Rumble, tumble, achoo! Went her toy elephant as she made it sneeze. But even her elephant's funny sneezes weren't making the afternoon feel exciting. I wish I could go on an adventure, she sighed, flopping onto her soft blue rug. Just then, her eyes landed on a bright postcard stuck to her notice board. It was from her Auntie Maria, who loved to travel. The postcard showed a lady in a beautiful red dress with lots of ruffles, her hands clapping high in the air. "Mommy," Samantha called, grabbing the postcard and running to the kitchen. "What's this picture? Auntie Maria sent it." Her mom smiled, wiping her hands on her apron. "Oh, that's a flamenco dancer, sweetie. She's in a country called Spain. It's a very sunny and happy place far, far away." "Spain?" Samantha's green eyes widened. "Is it like a fairy tale land?" "In some ways it is," Mom chuckled. "Come, let me show you." Mom led Samantha back to the playroom and pulled out a giant, colorful map of the world. It had pictures of animals and famous buildings all over it. "Look," Mom said, pointing to a sunny yellow country shaped a bit like a sleeping cat. "This is Spain." Samantha reached out her little finger and gently touched the yellow country on the map. As she did, a magical tingle ran up her arm. Whoosh! The colors on the map seemed to swirl, and suddenly her playroom shimmered and dissolved into a burst of bright, warm light. When Samantha blinked, she wasn't in her playroom anymore. She was standing in a big, open square with a fountain splashing merrily in the middle. The sun was shining brightly, the sky was a brilliant blue, and happy music with guitars and clapping filled the air. "Wow!" she whispered. Buildings painted in cheerful yellows and pinks surrounded the square, and orange trees grew in big pots. From a nearby doorway, she saw ladies in vibrant dresses, just like the one on her postcard. They had flowers in their hair, and their skirts swirled like giant, colorful spinning tops as they danced. Click-clack, stomp-stomp went their shoes on the ground. A kind lady with a big, friendly smile and a red rose in her hair noticed Samantha. "Hola," she called, her voice like music. "Come, little one, clap with us." Samantha giggled and started clapping her hands to the rhythm. She tried to stomp her feet, too, feeling the joyful energy of the flamenco music. The dancers showed her how to twirl, and Samantha spun around, her yellow t-shirt and blue shorts a blur of motion, feeling like a little sunbeam herself. After the dancing, a wonderful smell wafted through the air. It was warm and savory. Samantha followed her nose to a giant, shallow pan filled with fluffy yellow rice, red peppers, green peas, and yummy-looking shrimp. "This is paella," a chef with a tall white hat told her, offering her a little plate. Samantha took a bite. It was the most delicious rice she had ever tasted. Then, for dessert, she saw a stall selling long, crispy donut-like sticks. "Churros," a happy vendor chirped, handing her a paper cone of warm churros and a little cup of thick, gooey chocolate. Samantha dipped a churro into the chocolate. It was sweet and crunchy and oh, so good. She licked the chocolate from her fingers with a happy sigh. Her imaginary adventure continued. She found herself in a magical park, where a giant, colorful lizard made of shiny mosaic tiles smiled at her. The benches were wavy and covered in tiny, pretty tiles, too. Samantha giggled as she slid down a twisty slide that looked like a rainbow. Next, with a gentle whoosh, she was at a beautiful sandy beach. The sun warmed her skin, and the waves whispered shh, shh as they rolled onto the shore. A little boy with a friendly smile was building a magnificent sandcastle. "Hola," he said, waving. "Hola," Samantha replied, remembering the word the dancer had used. "I'm Mateo," said the boy. "Want to help?" "I'm Samantha. Yes, please." Together, they decorated the sandcastle with shells and seaweed. Mateo taught her to say gracias, which means thank you, when he gave her a pretty shell, and amigo, which means friend. As the afternoon in Spain wore on, things started to get a little quieter. The music softened, and fewer people were bustling about. Samantha started to feel a tiny bit sleepy. A gentle, familiar voice, like her mom, whispered, "In Spain, many people have a siesta in the afternoon. It's a quiet time,